In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on July 21st, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Detroit Tigers vs. Oakland Athletics. Game 2. Detroit will kick off the second half of its season with a doubleheader in Oakland on Thursday. The Tigers were disastrous prior to the All-Star break, losing 8 of their final 9 games. Oakland is coming off a rare series win after taking 2 out of 3 in Houston last weekend. Frankie Montas' time in Oakland might be coming to an end. The ace of the Athletics has been in the center of many trade talks since the trade deadline is approaching on August 2nd. However, Montas was held out indefinitely following a shoulder injury he suffered in his last outing against the Mariners. He exited after 1 inning and has not pitched since, and that's mostly because the Athletics want to protect his health for his trade value. After 2 missed starts in the All-Star break, he will make his return for Game 2 of the doubleheader on Thursday. Montas has a 3.26 ERA through 96.2 innings, but has a 3-9 record as the Athletics lineup has failed to give him any run support. Yet there is some hope that the Athletics offense found some life before the All-Star break, as they took 2 of 3 games from Houston in a surprising fashion. The continuously injured Detroit starting rotation gave Garrett Hill a chance in the big leagues, and he's been incredibly mediocre. The number 26 prospect for the Tigers has a 5.73 ERA and a 4.77 xERA through 11 innings, and it has become obvious that Hill pitches to contact. What I mean by that is his 9.1% strikeout rate is one of the lowest in baseball, and Hill does not try to strike the batter out but instead uses several off-speed pitches to get weak contact. Hill rarely gets opponents to whiff, which works in Oakland's favor since they had the 13th fewest strikeouts in the first half of the season. I wouldn't consider either team to be a good baseball team, but the Tigers went into the All-Star break on a 1-8 skid and have the pitching disadvantage in Game 2, so the Oakland Athletics money line is our full game side pick. The Tigers rank 30th in batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, and runs per game when on the road. You would think that would give the Athletics an immediate offensive advantage, but you would be sadly mistaken. The Athletics rank 30th in batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, and runs per game when at home. These 2 offenses are the reason this game total is set so low, and it makes sense. The Tigers are scoring the least amount of runs per game in baseball, and Oakland has scored 1 run or less in a whopping 35 games this season. The Tigers are hitting just .214 away from home and scoring just 2.7 runs per game on the road. Oakland is hitting a horrendous .193 at home this season and averaging just 2.4 runs per game in Oakland. These are the 2 worst offensive teams in baseball, and I bet some enterprising stat nerd could compile their numbers and find that these are 2 all-time historically bad offenses. The under is a ridiculous 54 to 34 to 4 for the Tigers this year, while the under is 50 to 36 to 7 for the Athletics. The under is hitting in nearly 58% of Oakland's home games and 63% of Detroit's road games. In previous meetings between these 2 this year, the under is 3 to 1 to 1. Whoever the Tigers roll out as starter doesn't matter that much because their strength is their bullpen, and it won't give up many runs to the anemic Athletics. This is definitely a game that neither team should be able to run and hide from the other, and should be a 1-run affair and remain easily under the game total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Francisco Giants vs. Los Angeles Dodgers. Bitter rivals will return from the All-Star break to begin a 4-game series on Thursday night when the San Francisco Giants visit the Los Angeles Dodgers. San Francisco enters in 3rd place after taking 3 of 4 from the Milwaukee Brewers entering the break, capped off by a 9-5 win on Sunday as a -155 favorite. The Dodgers finished off a 2-game sweep of the Los Angeles Angels with a 7-1 win on Saturday as a -217 favorite, and continue to own the best record in the National League at 60-30. San Francisco holds a narrow 3-2 advantage in the season series thus far after last year finished deadlocked at 12 wins apiece including the playoffs. This year's home run derby and All-Star game were out in Dodger Stadium, and now the Dodgers themselves will be starting out the second half of the season in their home ballpark. Ace Clayton Kershaw won't be starting as he started the All-Star game, but they should be just fine with Julio Urias on the mound. Although these divisional opponents see each other rather often, this will still be a bit of a revenge series for the Dodgers. Their last series against the Giants was up in San Francisco, and they were swept. It was a bit worse than that as well, as they were shut out in the series finale. That game specifically makes this one even more of a revenge game. It wasn't Mitch White on the mound for that game, but it will be him to try and avenge that loss tonight. He's a guy who has had to step up with Walker Buehler on the injured list for significant time this season. White has done just that, leading the team to wins against some great teams like the Padres and Braves. The only knock on him would be the fact he doesn't pitch as deep into games as the other Dodgers starters. However, Los Angeles has the league's sixth best bullpen coming in behind him. Meanwhile, the Giants are the eighth worst in that same category. Their relievers have let them down in key moments this year, and now may be called in earlier than anticipated tonight. Carlos Rodon just opted out of the All-Star game with a split fingernail. While they wouldn't start him if he wasn't ready, he also didn't get much run support in his last start against the Dodgers. The Giants only scored 2 runs in that game, a number Los Angeles can overcome tonight. So the Los Angeles Dodgers money line is our full game side pick. The total has finished under in 4 out of the last 6 games played between San Francisco and Los Angeles. Los Angeles has the best team ERA in baseball, 2.96, and the Dodgers hold opposing hitters to a batting average of only .217. San Francisco has the 12th best team ERA in baseball at 3.82. The total has finished under in 13 of the Dodgers' last 22 as well as in 10 of Los Angeles' last 17 against a team with a winning record. The last 2 games between these teams ended with just 5 and 2 runs, and 4 of the last 6 games between these teams have stayed under the total. A similar statistic applies to White also, as 4 of his last 5 starts have ended with 8 or fewer runs. That includes a start against the red-hot Braves lineup. Even when Los Angeles dominates opponents, their games often finish with low totals. 2 of their last 2 games finished with final scores of 7-1 and 4-0. There's no denying all of the all-star names in the Dodgers lineup, but National League West games in their home stadium have simply been low-scoring this season. Dodger Stadium ranks 19th for overall runs and 26th for extra base hits. The All-Star game on Tuesday ended with just 5 runs in the same ballpark, and a similar total should be in store for this game. It may not be Kershaw on the mound for the Dodgers, but it should still be a low-scoring one. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Yankees versus Houston Astros, Game 2. The New York Yankees and the Houston Astros will meet on Thursday in a doubleheader at Minute Maid Park to kick off the second half of the MLB season, as this will be the last time they face one another until a potential postseason clash. The Yankees will have their ace Gerrit Cole on the mound, and he is coming off of a win over the Boston Red Sox where he went 7 innings and allowed 2 runs on 4 hits with no walks and 12 strikeouts. The Astros will counter with young righty Luis Garcia, who did not factor into the decision last time out against the Los Angeles Angels, as he went 6 innings and gave up a run on 1 hit with 3 walks and 7 strikeouts. The Astros lead the season series 3-2. The Yankees are 4-1 in their last 5 games against the American League West. The Astros are 5-1 in their last 6 games against a team with a winning percentage above .600. The under is 4-0 in the Astros' last 4 games overall. These pitchers have shown a bit of a difference in the month of July, as Gerrit Cole is 3-0 with a 3.12 ERA and 4 starts, while Luis Garcia is 1-0 with a 4.38 ERA and 2 starts thus far. These lineups are solid, but the days off and 2 of the better pitchers have been able to shut the opposing lineup down thus far. Looking at the offenses in the previous 30 days, New York is averaging 6.12 runs per game in their previous 25 games, while Houston is scoring 4.88 runs per game in their last 25 games. So the New York Yankees money line is our full game side pick. Both of these teams are some of the best pitching teams, and this being the second game of the day means there will be some shadows creeping up and making it more difficult to hit. These are the 2 best bullpens this season, as Houston is leading the majors with a 2.66 reliever ERA, while New York is second in MLB with a 2.89 bullpen ERA so far. These foes have been involved in low-scoring battles this year. The Yankees have only managed to score a total of 15 runs in the 5 meetings this season. 7 of those runs were generated in 1 game. Garcia has conceded 2 or fewer runs in 6 out of his last 9 performances. In addition, the Astros have only collected 17 runs against the Yankees pitching this season. While it has yet to be determined the order Montgomery or Talon pitches in this doubleheader, The Yankees' starting pitching has been stellar all season. The under is a perfect 4-0 in the Astros' last 4 games entering Game 1 of Thursday's doubleheader. These are also the best bullpens in the sport, and the hitters having a few days off due to the All-Star break. I am expecting runs to be at a premium here. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.